Boom. Welcome back to the Stomping Grounds. I had a crazy moment today, right? I really brought myself back. I'm at work today, a longer shift, and I drive over to Chipotle, right? That's like all I eat for lunch. It's right down the road from my job, so it's easy to get there, it's quick, and I just like the food. So I'm driving, and as I'm driving, I see someone walking. Big smile on his face, maybe half a mile down, maybe a little bit longer down from Chipotle, right? So I'm driving, he's on the sidewalk next to me, and I see him, he's smiling, looks like he has maybe he just cashed his paycheck or something. But I go to Chipotle, park, get my order, and the whole process maybe takes 10 minutes. I get out back to my car to drive back to work, and the guy that was walking next to me, he's arriving at Chipotle at this point, right? And he has still that big smile on his face, and looks like he just cashed his check, or he had some papers in his hands, right? This is just how I'm imagining it, right? I don't know what the papers were, but it reminded me of me in the past, right? So he's walking in the doors, again, walking from at least half a mile down the road, big fucking smile. And I took a second to just look at what I saw, right? And it reminded me of when I first started my journey in recovery with, if you remember, making $150 a week, maybe $200, $150 of it going to pay my sober house rent, and I would have a little bit of money left over, right? And even back then, I had goals. Did I have was I able to see the bigger picture back then? Absolutely not. Did I have any hope that I would be where I am today? Absolutely fucking not. But was I ever gonna give up? Was I gonna go back to getting high and drunk? Absolutely not. So what this reminded me of was those fucking beautiful little moments that you have, especially in the beginning of, if you're recovering from drug addiction and starting a new life and starting a new journey. I remember when I used to cash my checks, and then maybe I would have a Saturday off, wake up, maybe walk to the currency exchange, cash the check because I didn't have a bank account, and just fucking be happy. Just have a little bit of money in my pocket that I knew I wasn't going to spend on drugs. I knew that I could take that $150 pay rent, and once a week I would buy one good meal, right? Whether it was Chipotle, or there was a little burger restaurant right next to my sober house, so that's where I would really go. They would have a cheeseburger lunch special with the fries and a drink. It was like $8, right? And I was so satisfied and so happy with who I was in those first moments of first few months of recovery, right? First year when I'm still struggling, cashing my little checks, enjoying my one good meal a week. And I fucking loved that meal. And I would take the drink home. It would be pink lemonade, and just relax, right? Life was a lot simpler back then. And I try to not forget where I really fucking came from. It's so easy once you get a little bit of success under your belt. You start seeing the bigger picture. You start realizing what you're capable of, and the fact that you can accomplish something. And a lot of the times you forget what kind of struggle you came from. And when I saw that guy walking to Chipotle today with a big smile on his face, it really fucking reminded me of my journey and how it started, and where I am now almost 3 years later. It was a beautiful realization for me, right? And it kind of just made me realize that I got to stay that way, as far as being grateful for every little thing that I have, continuing to budget my money, still being hungry, metaphorically, like I don't have shit, right? It's so easy to get caught up, slow down on your progress, think you can kind of back away from this journey and kind of take it easy, maybe go on autopilot. So I'm grateful that I was reminded of that today. That hunger, that gratefulness for one good meal a week. It was a beautiful thing. And if you're in a position where you're new in recovery, maybe you have 1 month clean, 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year. If you were anything like me, I did not see the bigger picture yet. But I knew I couldn't go back to using drugs and alcohol. I knew I couldn't go back to making money in illegal manners. I knew I had to pay my bills. I knew I had to grind it out and just keep doing the right thing for the right reason, because I want to, because I want to build my self-esteem, because I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor, no matter how small, right? If you're in a position where you're struggling today mentally, just never forget where you came from and how much shit you've been through, especially in active addiction. And just look around today. Look at what you do have in your life. Look at the people that you have in your life. You know, mind you, this is all if you're trying to get better and you're trying to do the right thing, right? If you know you're on the right path, just look around, take a deep breath, look at what you have for a second. Because that hunger that you have now in early recovery, it's hard to keep that hunger, man. So just never forget, shit could be way fucking worse than it is right now. Having that little realization earlier, just another reminder to be grateful, man. And you know, certain days or certain weeks as you progress, just in life in general, it's not like every day or every week you feel like you've made a grand accomplishment. A lot of it is just doing the same thing day in and day out for the long term, right? Just keep doing what you got to do. Tomorrow I might have a super sense of accomplishment and like I'm really doing something, the next step. Or it might just be another day at work, and it might just be another day of doing the right things for the right reasons. Either way, I got to do what I got to do. Just never forget.